Okay, so today we've got a very special episode of the Summit podcast. It's sort of a brokers of the round table. We're here with two veterans, two legends in the industry. This is Tina, this is Farshid. I will let them speak for themselves basically, but we're very lucky to be here today with these two legends. Tell us a little bit about yourself, how long you've been in the industry, your experience, maybe what you did before, what brought you in.
Again, my name is Tina Trama-Mayol. I'm a mortgage broker, team leader. I've been in the industry, and without aging myself, 48 long, beautiful years. I'm an ex-manager, branch manager. I ran a team shy of 32 to a small team of 10. Managing is really a passion for me. I've been in the broker space for about 20 with Mortgage Alliance, and in total about 25, 26 years.
Okay. I'm Farshid, not Farshid.
Sorry.
I'm Farshid Azarang. I've been involved in finance industry for the past, I want to say, 18 years. I started my career with financial management with automotive industry. So basically I was financing vehicles. The next progression for me was to finance properties. So I joined Mortgage Alliance, and I've been mentored and trained by the best and the legend. Very, very happy with my decision.
Tina, you've been around for many, many years in the mortgage industry and financial industry. What have you seen changes over the years?
There's a lot more control, which I appreciate. I'm an advocate for compliance. I am an advocate for clean brokering. And I'm happy to say that our regulatory bodies are doing a fantastic job. As far as exposure for brokers, we're getting a big piece of the pie, especially in the past 3-4 years. We've done a great job educating the public that dealing with a mortgage broker is just as important as dealing with a finance broker, right? We take care of you. So I see a great improvement in that. As far as mortgages, a huge improvement. I mean, in this space, we have so many options. The A space, the B space, and the private space, which is becoming extremely popular, especially in these markets right now. So those are all positive points, right?
It's interesting you were saying about the regulatory side. What we're experiencing, or seeing anyways, at least in the last, say, 20, 25 years, where the regulators getting a little bit more prescriptive in terms of the regulated institutions, and now it's you're seeing that trickle down effect to the private side, and to your point, there is a lot more options in the private space and to satisfy and put Canadians in those homes going forward. And where you're seeing on the private space, where do you see that in terms of Alta West? We're in the space. How do you see that evolving? How in terms of competition, other lenders?
I think if we're talking about the private space, I believe it has evolved a lot, especially in the past, I'm going to say 5 years. A huge improvement to the products. I mean, flexibility. Before, you get a private mortgage, you get a 1 year, that's it, that's done. Then we moved from the 1 year to the offer of the 2 year. Then we moved, 6 months open. But now the line of credit, that is a feature that is extremely attractive. And I think in this particular market where right now we see a lot of these pre-constructions coming in low, that feature of the line of credit is essential on the private side, because it's saying, okay, listen, Mr. Client, yes, you cannot sell your house right now. Get this product, it's a line of credit, sell your property even 6 months after you've moved in. As soon as you sell it, you dump a little bit of money on this line. It's flexibility. It's giving the clients that ability to do what they want to do at that point in time.
I have a quick question about that on the private side. So you're talking about how much products have changed. Do you think the average deal in the last 10, 20 years has changed more in the private space, or the average client has changed more?
Both. Because, the market has changed,
yes.
Right? And when the market changes, the client's perspective begins to change. But it is up to us brokers to educate those clients. Because don't forget, they all come in here thinking, I'm an A client. I want best rates. Then you sit them down, and I always like to listen. I analyze, and I'm one of those old-fashioned people. I do lots of scribbled on the piece of paper. And then I show them the picture. Okay, Mr. Client, you're A, this is what you need. You're B, this is what you need. But guess what? If you're private, this is all you need. And you can still do that. Then they start thinking, oh, it's not that expensive in comparison to a B, but I need more stuff for my B. So yeah, their perspective has changed because we have to educate them. We have to educate them. They educate us. They bring in these beautiful products. We always need to be in the know. And that's why I say, on this side, you really cannot be a part-time broker because this industry is a fast-paced industry. Products come out, policies come out, new legislations. You need to be in the know. I've been in the industry so long, I still take courses. I still read every morning, go out with the lenders, listen to everything. So we educate our clients. Their perspective is changing.
And if brokers are listening to that, that is incredible advice. Knowledge is power.
Oh,
Everyone
knowledge
says
is
that.
power.
But it's especially true in this industry that is always changing. It's so cutting edge. It's so rapid. A little bit of differentiation just with that information you're going to have is going to set you apart so much.
I mean, it's mandatory in my office. Once a month, we have in-person meetings. You show up, I bring in 2-3 lenders, 10 to 12, come in, have coffee, and listen. And I am telling you, every time those lenders leave, one of them says, oh my God, I know where to put that deal. Because there's new information that came out.
That's right.
Inform yourself. Educate your clients. Be visible,
That's right. And Farshid, coming from the car financing industry and coming into the mortgage industry, what were some of the bigger challenges making that transition?
Honestly, for me, it was a very natural progression. There's a lot more option with property financing than there is with the automotive financing. There is obviously a learning curve. The basics are pretty much the same, but the products, the variety of products, because over there you're either financing a vehicle or you're not, right? Or you're leasing a vehicle or you're not. But there's so many different options. You have the A side, you have the B side, and you have the private side. As opposed to car financing, you have a prime and subprime. So there's a lot more option. There's obviously a lot more products to learn. For me, it was just learning, continuous learning all throughout. Yeah.
And if you had to give any advice to new brokers coming into the industry, what would that be?
Well, I was actually talking to Tina just before you guys came in. She taught me, the first thing that Tina taught me, which even to this day, I'm reminding myself over and over, and every time I'm training new agents, I'm trying to instill it in them, is that if you are a clean broker, you will be known as a broker that does clean work, and you always get clean business. And if you are a dirty broker, and if you do dirty jobs, fraudulent papers and whatnot, then that's all you're going to get. That is something that the misconception, a lot of people think that brokers can do pretty much everything. We cannot. We have to stick within guidelines. We do have a lot of options available to us. Doing clean work, I think, is the most valuable advice I ever got from Tina.
Integrity is paramount, and reputation is everything in this business.
Oh,
so that's definitely a very good point.
Steve Jobs used this allegory with reputation, and he was like, it's sort of like a bank. It's like every positive experience someone has with you, it's making a deposit into your account, and every negative experience is a withdrawal. He's like, if you've got to stay in the green. If you, as soon as you get red, it just kills your business.
It does.
And it's everyone, and people know that reputation spreads. If you have one, like you said, if people think you're the one who does dirty deals, you're just
That's
making
all
that
you're gonna get.
It's just withdrawal.
Yeah.
It's almost like when they come in and we interview them, I always say that. I said, listen, reputation is all you have in this industry. You could be great office, great this, great that, but if you have a bad reputation, it just kills you, right? Yeah. So you will only be known as that broker that does that kind of business. Yeah. Be clean. We have lots of options on the side. And you'll be known as that person that does clean business.
Yeah. There's options. If
Lots
you don't qualify for a certain product, there's options out there that have competitive rates that you don't need the necessary document because it's not required. and you can still get competitive rates and get the deal done and plan out that exit strategy for that customer.
Exactly.
And eventually graduate them and move them on to an A or B lender, right? Part of the education, it's not only educating yourself, but it's educating the customer.
Oh, absolutely, because I see it. When they come in with that mindset, I'm an A client. Well, Mr. Lawyer, maybe right now you're having a really nasty divorce with your wife. Your credit is kind of tanked. But listen, here's your exit strategy. I'm going to put you here. I'm going to give you a year, 9 months, and we'll bring you back where you are, right? Everybody has this misconception that being a B client or a private client, it's bad. It's not bad. I have done B deals and private deals for professionals, for a surgeon, for a lawyer. It depends what you want to do at that point in time in your life. You want to buy your 7th condo, ratios are out, but you can. You can. Let's do the numbers. It's better to buy that condo, equity's good, rent is great, then go private. And everybody's happy.
You know, every deal is a Picasso. You can never replicate the same deal,
Exactly.
right? Every deal is different. And so you're always repeating, and it's repetition when you're dealing with every single customer. How do you overcome, when you're talking to a client, how do you overcome the rates and fee factor? What is it that, because we hear it all the time, especially with brokers who've never done a B deal or a private deal. Their biggest hang-up is, I can't sell the rate, I can't sell the fee.
Again, it goes down to informing the client what is the flexibility that this product is giving you. It is not just about the rate or the fees for that matter. Is what is this product doing for you? Do you want to wait another 2 years where your income is going to go up if you get a promotion? Or is this deal so good that maybe you should jump on the market and buy this property now? Is the fees and rate coming to play? What's more important? What's the priority? I always say to them, listen, let's dissect this business. What is the most important part of this conversation? I want to buy that house and I want it now. No problem. Then let's do the numbers on the A side. Right now, not so much. Let's do it on the B side. Well, maybe. And then you would see that actually these days, the private space is becoming very competitive with the B space.
Yeah.
We have seen B rates being the same as private rates, but they're being reviewed differently. These guidelines are a little bit stricter than these guidelines. Non-conforming is a little bit better on this side. So you really are presenting the product. You're presenting the solution to the client. Right. Here's the solution. Now, it's up to you. I could get one or the other, but here's what I need.
And to tie into that, one of the first things that I learned in sales is price or fees or rate is only relevant in the absence of value.
Exactly.
When you are creating a solution, when you're offering a solution, you're basically creating value for the product that you're offering. So with a product like Alta West, you guys have many solutions. Once you create that value for the client, the rates and fees and everything become secondary. I mean, it's just
100%. And I think this takes back to my days back in the finance days. It's all about the payment. Can you afford that payment, regardless of what the rate is? We know it's going to be a 1 to 2 year bridge. Can you afford that payment for 1 or 2 years? This is the exit strategy. This is how we're going to get you out, and this is where you're going to go eventually. And then your payments will drop, your fee, and so forth.
Yeah.
But I think that's really, at the end of the day, is, to your point earlier, is the value. What's the end goal? It's to purchase a home or refinance your home, to lower your monthly expenses. And the rate and fee, especially on a refinance, if I'm consolidating our debts, it doesn't matter what the rate is. Is the
At
payment,
the end of the month, you're paying less.
Exactly. At the end of the day, you're paying less. You fix the current situation,
issue,
and then eventually we'll get you in a better situation once you fix either.
And you know what? Not just about refinance. I remember maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I had this family, lovely family, new to Canada, but he had 6 kids, 6 little kids, both professionals. He was actually a doctor already in Canada, but the wife was doing one of those courses that they had to get an accreditation in Canada. She needed 2 years to get this accreditation. Nobody wanted to rent them a house. Oh my God, 6 kids, they're going to destroy our house. Nobody would rent them a house.
Right.
And they had money to put down to buy something. I said, listen, your first house is never your dream home. I moved 7, 8 times to get to my dream home. Nobody's going to rent you a place with 6 beautiful, lovely little children. Since you're studying online, get out, go a little bit further out of the city, buy a little house, and it's yours. And you can have a happy family. Oh, but the rates and the fees. Yeah, but the rent, and nobody's renting you anything, and you're still in an Airbnb. That's costing you a fortune.
That's right.
He came back to me, bought that house, and sold and bought another house because now his wife was accredited and she was working. Solution,
Beautiful.
right?
Yeah.
Solution.
That's a beautiful, great scenario. Those are the type of deals that customers need a broker, a mortgage
Yeah,
broker.
absolutely.
You cannot go to a bank and
A branch couldn't do that solution.
Couldn't do it. Absolutely. And that's the importance of a mortgage broker today, more so than anything. The way that our economy is in terms of, people working in the gig economy, new to Canada, so forth. There's so many different variables that it just doesn't fit. And this is where a mortgage broker really comes into play. To really structure something that can get that customer into a home or refinance their home that a typical institution couldn't do.
It's true. Yeah, I was recently looking at Statistics Canada, and I think, someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I think our employment rate in the country is like 65%. Like, it's not that high because so many people are doing part-time work, gig
That's
work,
right.
self-employed, stuff like that. So it's actually a huge amount of the population that needs to work with brokers too. That it's just right off the bat, they're not going to be able to get those basic deals.
Like you walk into a branch and you say, well, I have 4 different streams of businesses, and and they're all
They can't
part-time.
help
It's like their heads explode. It's
Exactly.
like, oh no, sorry. But this is where mortgage brokers.
But that's
can
when they
really-
call us.
Exactly, and I think that's very important, and that's why you're seeing the segment of the broker just always getting bigger, and I think it's playing a bigger role in the mortgage industry, and it's funny because I hear it all the time, and talking to Tina and Farshid about their clients. It's not you're just coming for you're almost like financial planners for your
You are,
clients.
you are.
You're helping them guide, because let's face it, the house is the big investment.
That's a
right?
big ticket purchase.
It's a big
yeah.
ticket purchase, and then now it's everything else that comes along around it, right? And I think that's where they start asking you questions.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it becomes that trust thing.
Absolutely.
Like I work with a realtor that this lady's amazing. She actually goes back to the Philippines, has little meetings in the church basement. Before they come over here, they already know who she is. And then she says, you don't talk to me, you talk to my mortgage manager. She calls me, I'm not a mortgage manager by far, but she calls me her mortgage manager. So I do a pre-approval for these people. Builds that bond, that trust. We do these little meetings at somebody's house, 2-3 couples. I explain the whole scenario, first home buyers, new to Canada, all the pieces of the pie. They absorb everything. I mean, to the point that some of them say, I want to go and buy something. Can I use my credit card? No. You've been pre-approved for this. You do it after. Not now. But they trust you to that
That's
point.
amazing.
And that's important.
That's amazing.
They need to know, oh, she's the one who's going to help me succeed.
Absolutely.
at this, right?
And that's what you're saying about being clean too.
Absolutely.
That reputation is there when that trust is there.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's 100%.
And listen, this realtor, pre-approval, 2 weeks, boom, she buys a house. She's phenomenal for that. But they follow everything you tell them to do. And it's like when they come in here, they say, oh, private, sure, no problem. I don't do this, I don't do that. Look, listen, just because it's private, one, it's not an ATM machine. Two, there's still guidelines and procedures.
Yeah.
Three, they're still monitored, and everybody's is governed by a body. So you still have to show me how you're supporting this debt, right?
That's right.
It's a misconception. Oh, it's private. Yeah, I know. It's not an ATM machine. We're not going to just give it away.
You know, that goes a long, long way. And people appreciate that because that trust you've built with that customer, think of how many referrals.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Kids, uncles, aunts, sisters, brothers, children will all be referred to because you've helped them out. And that's how you build a business, really, at the end of the day.
I don't advertise anymore. I don't think I ever did because now I'm doing mortgages for their grandson. It's sad. I'm dating myself. I just see these.
When you started at 12 in the business.
I know, right? Right? But I see these purchase agreement and then I get a little text message. Oh, my nono said you did his mortgage when he bought his house and can you help me? Who is this?
That's awesome. And that's how you build a business.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if it's mortgage or any industry. It's all about relationships and it's about trust.
Absolutely.
And when you have that in any business, you'll succeed. And that goes for all new agents that get into the business.
100%.
It's about building those relationships and building that trust. Listen,
Be compliant, absolutely.
100%.
There's no need for any of that stuff.
and it's okay to be honest with them and say, listen, it can't be done. Like there's deals that just can't be done.
Yeah.
It happens, right? Like, we all see it. There's certain situations just can't be helped. You just got to be honest.
Yeah.
And
You coach them and you say,
coach them.
okay, listen, maybe next year I'll diarize. I'll call you in 9 months. Let's see how you're doing. I'll call you in 12 months. Let's start hooking you up with a realtor and see where we're going with this.
Absolutely.
Maybe not right now.
I find when people are new to sales, they think that if you're turning someone down, you're telling someone this can't really work out, that's a bad thing. But actually, it feels counterintuitive, but that transparency builds trust. And it
Builds
actually
trust.
helps you do a better sale in the long term. And like you see with these businesses, it gets you those referrals. It builds your reputation. And then it's not just one deal with one person. You have a code that you adhere to, and so many more people are going to be drawn to you because every single time they know that they're getting an honest work. They're getting an honest deal. They're not going to get screwed over.
Oh, yeah.
Very true.
Nothing bad.
They say, oh, Tina will take care of us. Mm-hmm. And I will. I'm known for not letting go. When I believe in something, I don't let go. I will do whatever I have to do to get you there. We've had situations where I said to the realtor, listen, it's going to have to be private. I'll shave down. And remember, I said, no, shave down my fees.
Yep.
Give me the bare minimum 1%. They can't afford more than that. And I say to the realtor, shave down your fees to 1%. Let's make this deal happen.
Yeah.
Builds trust. Mm-hmm. They come back.
Yeah.
They send their relatives.
Absolutely.
Exactly. This is something I always like to ask successful people. Is there routine? Is there a habit? Is there something that you guys do very consistently that you can attribute to your success? Even just...
We do.
Yeah.
We do.
Okay, great.
Other than having 2 espressos in the morning.
Yeah. 15 doppio espressos every day.
Every day.
For as much as I may not seem that way, I am a very structured person. I believe in a balance. I have a beautiful family, very supportive family, an amazing team. My God, we're blessed.
Yeah, we are.
An amazing team. But it's because I balance everything. I start my day at 5 and sometimes 4:30. I'm not a big sleeper. And I meditate, I pray, and then I read. I educate myself. I watch a couple of markets. I watch the bond market. I watch the inflation market. And all the media and all the surprises that come from our cousins down south. It's so that I could get a better understanding than when I'm asked something from a client. I know how to help that client. I know how to educate that client. I'm constantly educating myself. If there's a course that I could take, like even right now, I know I'm going away for a bit, so I know there's so many courses I want to do. You know, you educate yourself, because if you don't, you are not able to succeed. Education is power.
Yeah.
I'm very structured with the team, especially the full-time. It's not an option. We have in-house monthly meeting with lenders. Lenders make time for us. You make time to attend. And I'm also very structured with the demands in the office. You know, you're expected to do certain things, and you have to do them. There are courses that Farshid does with them, and they're expected to do it. We call it the homework.
Yeah, we give them homework.
Homework.
Yeah,
It's good.
yeah.
But it's because we keep them going. Right? Oh my God, I didn't know the reverse mortgage can be done at this and that and that. So I am very structured. Do I work a 9 to 5? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I went to bed at almost 2 last night
2.
because a deal needed to get done. That family needs to move in, and so you pull the plug whenever you pull the plug. But do I balance my family? Absolutely yes. My husband, my daughters, my granddaughters, very important to me. He's very important to me. My team is very important to me. So I kind of am all over the place.
Yeah.
My lenders are very important to me. I am a horrible golfer, but I will golf with Armando. And I've learned a few pointers.
He's extremely
he's saying,
patient.
why am I always last?
I teach you how to find your ball. Because I'm really good at that when it gets lost. So I know how to look for them.
Yeah, and visibility. I'm very visible. I believe that people need to know what you do and why you do it that way. And so that they know this is the kind of person that I want to deal with. Those are my structures.
Oh,
That's lovely.
Awesome. How about yourself?
Unlike Tina, I don't even know what 5 o'clock looks like.
I don't remember.
I'm a big sleeper.
Yeah.
I am a big sleeper.
Get in the office at 11:30 every morning.
Well, we do have structure, especially when it comes to running the business.
Yes.
We are very picky about the people that we choose to work with us. I always tell Tina, people have to want to be on our team because we've created a culture in our team, and everybody is extremely supportive of each other. Nobody's competing with anybody else. We have a
Very
group,
helpful with each
we
other.
have a group that we actually submit questions to the whole group. Hey guys, I'm working on so and so deal. Do you guys what should I do? Like there's tons of questions that come in almost weekly by agents that, hey, this is my problem, what should we do? I do my regular trainings with the less experienced agents, and the more seasoned agents train with Tina.
On a regular basis.
On a regular basis, yeah. And then if there is a product that we don't normally use a lot, but we see there's value to it, I hold sessions for the whole team that, everybody can come in. We are starting a Zoom call, a weekly Zoom call, without the need to be at the office. Anybody can jump on that call, and
I will be
either
starting
myself
that
or
for
Tina.
Positano.
Yeah,
Nice.
and either myself or Tina, we're going to be running that call. We're going to sit in front of the computer for an hour while we're doing our work. And if anybody jumps on, if they have questions, we do a lot of activities together. I mean, it's not only about work. We are dedicated to the homeless. Well, Tina has started this many years ago, but then it became a culture in our team as well. We are dedicated to the homeless. We do a lot of charity work. Again, thanks to Tina and her initiative. It's become kind of a family outside our families. Although, my wife, my kids, my dog, they are extremely precious, and they are on top of mind with anything I do. But at the same time, this team has become my second family away from home.
You know what? It's true. When you can kind of merge the two together, it just makes life so much successful and in all different spectrums. That's awesome. One thing that I've noticed is your social media presence has really elevated, which is awesome. So give me some tips and tricks, and how did that all evolve?
I think you guys are doing a great job.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, we're trying to emulate you guys.
All credit to Ariana.
Yeah,
you guys are doing amazing.
That's the marketing team.
It's all on him. It's all on him. He really got me out of my comfort zone. And we know the strength.
Yeah.
Knowing your strength is important in this office. My strengths are different than his. The media is his strength, so it's all on him. He got me completely out of my comfort zone. Now we do videos, little chats. We do.
Yeah.
It's all
Great.
on him.
Yeah.
He does all.
One thing before we jump on social media, because a lot of people think that having a strong social media presence is going to bring them clients, and that's not the case. I always tell people you cannot gain clients by using a screen. you have to be out there. But
Business
social media for us is like it's like a board. Our presence constantly in face of our clients, our referral partners, our banks and whatnot. But at the same time, the social media presence puts us in people's mind all the time. With being present in social media, potential clients or prospects may not need you right then and there, but with you being present, you're going to be in the back of their mind constantly. So when the need comes, they're going to give you a call.
Yeah.
So for me personally, social media has been my platform where I introduce products, where I'm staying in people's mind, but at the same time, I do my weekly visits, I do my weekend open houses, I do my meetings with my real estate partners. It's a combination of everything, but social media is definitely a big part of it.
Yeah, it's enhancing your brand too,
yes,
right?
Absolutely.
And people like to see the person, right?
Yeah.
And get to know them. And social media helps, right?
Of course.
Interesting thing that I've noticed on your social media is that you're going out to do these open houses and so forth, which is fantastic. How did that all come about?
Oh my God, that's a funny story. So when I first started the mortgage business, nobody knew me.
Right.
And I kind of thought the best referral source for me would be real estate agents. But for a real estate agent, for them, all they care about is closing their deal. So they don't really care who does their mortgage for them, as long as they have the trust that you can actually, close it. So I would approach these high volume real estate agents, and they would just shut the door on me. They're like, "Hey, buddy, stay in the line. I got 20 other people knocking on my door, one in mortgage." I have to provide some sort of service to these people that that brings value to them, and instead of asking something from them, I want to give them something. I knew that a lot of people are always shying away from going into an open house because they didn't want to be bothered later on with phone calls and emails. They just want to look. Maybe it's just curiosity. They don't even want to buy a house, but they just want to know what that house looks like, right? So I started making videos of open houses that I would go to. Believe it or not, the first 5-6 open houses that I knocked on the door and wanted to go in, they shut the door on me. They were like, no, get out. I don't want you to video my, my open house.
Yeah.
But then
They felt threatened.
Yeah, they felt like threatened. Why is this guy? It's weird. Why are you filming my open house? But then everything happened from one real estate agent that gave me a chance, and then I did that video. It was the crappiest video I did. I was very amateur. Like, it was not done properly. But then I became better at it. Now I'm being invited to different open houses.
Now they book him.
And I'm booked for usually 1 or 2 weeks in advance for weekends to go in and do a video for them.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Because you know what? It's a cost to them if they were to do it, or they don't know how to do it, and now you're providing that service on.
And with my following, it brings them more exposure. So they like it.
100%. I thought it was brilliant because I just saw your social media, how it just changed, and you started doing more of these open houses. I thought that's brilliant because you're helping them help you,
of course,
and at the end of the day,
because
it helps the client at the end.
We cannot have a functioning business without our real estate partners. We do need them, and they need us.
Right.
Might as well just create different ways to collaborate with them.
Love it. And we're also having. In September, we're having a real estate meeting. So we're bringing them in to educate them about what we can do for them and their client. Not just the A space, the B space, the private space, or the reverse space, so that they are educated, and it opens their mind to a lot of other clients, right?
That's awesome.
Yeah. That's great. And for brokers starting out, people are going to shut the door on you.
Absolutely.
You're going to have some thick skin, and you have to find that is brilliant. You find a way to add value, and that's what opens the door.
Exactly. And with sales, rejection is part of the sales process.
100%.
I mean, if you are not responding well to rejection, you're in the wrong business.
What is the worst advice you guys have gotten in the industry? What's something where someone told you something very confidently, and you look back and you're like, why did we just say that?
We've had a couple of those.
Take one away. I've had so many over the years. It's just, what?
I'll tell you one thing. One of the things that I heard from a lot of clients is that mortgage brokers charge a lot.
Yes.
We actually do not charge. I mean, we on the A side, we get paid directly from the lender, so there is no charge to the client.
And sometimes even on the B space.
Even on the B space, B space, Sometimes we do get paid from the lenders. Sometimes the lenders charge a fee, which we do get, again, a percentage out of it. The only time that we charge, and it's a legal charge, and it's something that we are allowed to charge, and we should charge, is a broker fee. But again, for the clients that are listening to this or watching this, I want to say you never, ever pay anything directly to your broker.
No, it gets paid through a
broker is not
brokerage.
allowed to take a single dime from anybody directly.
In any way or form.
Any way or form. It always gets paid to the broker house, for, in our case, the Mortgage Alliance.
And we get a spread.
Yeah, we do get a spread. And honestly, mortgage brokers make a very good living if they are doing everything proper. So there is no need for us to charge anybody anything.
Yeah, I got that a lot. I got that a
Yeah.
lot. You know, they come in here and go, so how much do you charge? For what? Oh no, the full package of what? I
Of
mean,
what?
I know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
And that's when I say, well, you probably have the wrong office, because I'm not in a fabrication business.
Yeah.
I'm in a mortgage business.
Somebody actually told me, a real estate agent actually told me, if you don't charge anything, people think you're not doing a great job and you're just giving it for free because you're desperate for a deal. I'm like, no. You're not allowed to charge. So, yeah, we've had a lot of those instances.
Those were the worst.
Well, hopefully those get weeded out.
Hopefully.
It's a nature of the beast, but like you said, it depends on where you want to be in this game.
Absolutely.
And if you're here for a long time, you can't
sure.
play those.
Yeah.
you can't play
games.
that game.
We mentioned kind of the situation with our cousins to the south and how that's kind of it's impacted everything.
Yeah.
It's impacted
Yes,
Outlook,
absolutely.
and I was doing sales report, like consumer sentiment. The country, people are afraid to purchase, but then on the other side of that, you do have, I think, and I hope, sort of a consolidation of Canadianness and being Canadian, and I think I'm hoping people wanting to help each other more. So I wanted to ask you guys, what is your favorite thing about working in Canada, and your favorite thing about being Canadian?
I have been in Canada since I was a child. I wasn't born in Canada, but I feel Canada is my home. I've learned to see my parents, myself, my brother, my sister. We're all three very successful. I've learned that Canada gives opportunity. It's still such a beautiful, young, peaceful country. You want to work, you put in the time, you educate yourself, you can make something of yourself. I don't care what people say, that's still true. This is still the country of opportunity if you work hard. For me, it's been, and it still is. I mean, I love Italy, it's in my heart. I'm half Italian, half French, and I always go back, but Canada's home for me. For my daughters, granddaughters. So I still see a lot of people coming into our country, wanting to build a family, wanting to grow and, stay here and put the roots here. The uncertainty that is going on, I mean, oh my God, what a roller coaster this year. I'm one of those people that goes to a lot of market updates.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the year, I did the RBC, the CIBC. I went to all the market updates.
Yeah.
We were on pace for this year to be the year that we came out and we were going to be successful. And then the vote down south. The uncertainty is there. But don't kid yourself. There's a lot of money in Canada. There's a lot of very wealthy professionals in Canada. A lot of people that want to buy. And it's not just about real estate. I mean, if I think right now, Ontario and Vancouver has always been the prime regions of real estate, and that's where we lead with our economy. It's just we're going to have to go through this hump. But even with that, I think really our numbers are good. I mean, inflation has been steady for the past 2 months. Yep. As long as we could keep unemployment low, that's good. Because let's face it, if they don't have a job, they can't pay the mortgage. Yep. That's the problem. 2026, maybe the last quarter, and Armando would know better. I think the last quarter, 26, we should be coming out of this fog.
Yeah.
And 2027 will probably be on top and
Be humming
again. I mean, in this office per se, we are very diverse, and we're still doing a lot of refinance, a lot of switches. The tsunami of renewals is here, guys.
Yes.
So no matter where you place them, they gotta renew. So the tsunami of renewal is very visible in this office. We got a lot of switches. The pre-construction, oh my God, we got a lot of pre-constructions. We are in-house with a builder, a very famous builder. We are not allowed to say his name. And he brought us in-house, and we are partnering up with a lot of privates because right now they can't sell their house, but they got to move into their house. So, okay, this is when we have to patch things up.
Right.
And there's the exit strategy. When the market recovers, you sell, you buy down. I think there's a lot that Canada offers. I think Canada is still Canada. And if anything, our cousins only inspired Canadians to be more patriot. As an Italian, I'm very patriot. You watch a soccer game, you see half an Italy there,
Well,
right?
let's not talk about
Let's not talk about soccer.
But whatever.
But you must agree
Yes.
that what happened in the past couple of months has stirred up Canadians to say, we are proud Canadians,
absolutely.
right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
And this is the land of opportunity.
Yeah. Anything you can add to that? That was
To me,
beautiful.
Canada's home. I mean, I grew up here. The one thing about Canada that I love the most is the people. Politicians don't define Canada. People define Canada. We're going to be here. Politicians are, they have a term, they come and go. We have had some politicians that we don't really like that much, and there are politicians that we wanted them to be, but they're not our politicians now. But at the end of the day, they come and go. They have a term. Even our buddy down south, he's got a term. He's going to come and go. These are all waves, and we're going to ride them. But the Canadian people, they will persevere. And I think there are a lot of people smarter than me that can predict when this wave is going to pass, but it will pass for sure.
Predicting it's anybody's guess. Everybody has an opinion, but I think at the end of the day, it's about looking at today, maneuvering the best possible way to in today's climate. There is uncertainty, a lot of uncertainty, but I think it shall pass. We've been through so many cycles, pandemics, wars, oil crisis, recessions. They pass.
They will.
Time will heal all wounds. Some will get hurt more than others, but it will pass. And it's just about educating yourself when you're making a transaction, especially new home buyers. Consult with a mortgage broker.
Yeah.
Look at the full picture. You don't need to rush into anything. It is a buyer's market out there.
Oh, right now, yeah.
Have a conversation. Work out the numbers, as Tina mentioned earlier, right? Work out the numbers. See what works, what fits your budget, and then look for the best possible deal. You don't need to rush in it, and the things will eventually evolve.
Absolutely.
And that uncertainty, and then the whole macro kind of economics. I think Canada is in the best position. If you think about the natural resources that we have, and if ever one day the government will wake up and speed up the permits on building mines and oil fields and refineries and pipelines and so forth, we could be the most wealthiest country in the
so
world.
much.
Exactly.
Like if you think about the amount of oil we have, and you look at the Saudis, we have almost the same amount of oil, but we have all the natural resources that go along with it. We should be living like they are. And here we are,
Here we are, still not giving James a raise.
Right.
Still eating yogurt.
Yeah, still waiting on that cost of living increase.
James, we did give you a can of tuna last week. That's
That's my
okay.
bonus.
That's your bonus. But so I think you're 100% right. I think we just need to weather the storm, consult with professionals like yourself if you're making a transaction of purchasing a home or refinancing a home, looking for the best solutions. And I think time, like I said, heals all wounds.
Yeah.
And we've seen this many times before. Not exactly the same, but always similar, just different characters. And I think Canada, it's still a fairly young country, and we got a lot of growth still to be had. We just need to make some changes, and hopefully we have the right people in place that will make those changes. And
One day.
Yeah.
One day.
Well, this is amazing, you guys. This is information people would pay a lot of money for it, but you did it for free. We really appreciate that.
Thank you.
I feel like the things that overall we kind of touched on was the importance of relationships, not just with your clients, but in the industry, like with your partners, with realtors, with lenders, those relationships and being an honest person, that's so crucial. We talked about structure, the importance of discipline, consistency, having a structure in your daily life. I feel like that is very important to success. And we talked about just have a good time.
Absolutely.
You guys, I think that's the key is, and this is what I've seen, you both seem like very happy people,
we are
and you like
happy.
coming into the office.
Yes.
That's probably the most
We've
important
had to
thing.
tell them not to come
Absolutely.
in today.
Yeah, we actually had to stop people from coming to the office
Please
today
don't
because
come
of
in
this.
today.
And that's how you know you're successful.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys very much.
Thank you very much
Amazing.
for coming.
Congratulations on all your success and your newly partnership.
Yes.
God bless.
Yeah.
And thank you for your support of
Thank
Alta
you.
West.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And we continue to work
Yeah.
together and flourish together. And thanks again.
Absolutely.
And for everybody, if you have any questions regarding Alta West, our products, please contact our BDMs. And of course, if you want to have any questions for Tina or Farshid on how to run Farshid, he got that in my head. I apologize, Farshid. I blame James for that, but please contact them, and they will be more than happy to help you out with your business or share best practices. So thank you
Absolutely.
again.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for
All right.
coming and
So
the
much.
opportunity.
Thank you.